is Ajmail Martin, sorry. Did I totally butcher your name? Will you tell?
We're gonna have you say it a few times. Ajmail.
Ajmail?
Ajmail. My name's not spelled with an R at the end either. A lot of people kind of make that mistake. It's actually M-A-T-I-N.
So say L and
Ajmail with T is my name. Ajmail, it rhymes with Ajmail.
No, I'll never forget it.
How could you ever? Hello. I went to Garvey High School. If anyone's familiar with that, it's the same Garvey High School that Tina Fey went to. And might be seeing this someday, but maybe not. But high school was like kind of like a time where I wasn't like really that popular. And I lived in a strict household. My parents were pretty strict. Years later, I really honestly came to the realization because they were just trying to keep me away from all the fucked up things in our world. It was all for good reason, but for the first, like, for freshman and sophomore year, I really didn't do too much like outside of school. I wasn't really like allowed to go out. Kind of sounds crazy, but yeah, that's how it was. But like my junior year, kind of took a little turn, and kind of got a new haircut, and and I just said, okay, this is where the tide's gonna turn. So I ended up hanging out with some of my friends a little bit more. We ended up like started drinking. So that's like when we started doing things like that, junior year in high school, and more heavily into senior year. But what we started doing was we hung out at each other's houses, and we kind of would just smuggle like alcohol into our houses and stuff like that. But you guys remember that, right? Just play Mario Kart in the basement, and like, which actually has helped me this past winter with a lot of the little stumbles in the ground. What do you call them? Potholes. Yeah, I mean, so like that's helped out. But like after a while, we were just like, nah, man, this is not enough. We need to step our game up to the next level. So one of our friends like knew like someone that worked at this bar, like size a restaurant. So we're like senior year in high school. We're just like going to this like restaurant now to go drink, because like one of the owners like let us drink because like he knew like one of our friends, and it ended up being a karaoke bar too. So like we weren't really there for the same karaoke songs, but like we ended up just going there to drink. But one night I drank this alcohol called soju. I'm not sure if anyone of you are familiar with it, but it's like it kind of has like that vodka taste to it, and it was like my first time drinking it, and I had like a lot of it. And like everyone's just challenging me, like, oh, you should take some shots, because they honestly have never had it before. Like they just wanted to like make an example out of me, because I was just trying to be a big macho man. I'm like, yeah, I'm a senior in high school now. I can drink soju, whatever it is. So we drank a bunch of it, and after that, we ended up just wandering into the streets, and we ended up going to a baseball field, and we just hung out there for a little bit, and then one of our other friends actually had a little doobie woobie. So we sparked that one up, and at that point I really didn't smoke marijuana that much, but I did there, and I was probably the most mangled out of all of my friends, because I was drinking soju for the first time, and I was just like transcending in a different planet. I was like 17 at the time, and there's a cop car that rolls around. I didn't really pay attention to it, but like some of my other friends did, and we're at a baseball field. And like they were making the dart for like the fences, and we're like about around like the third baseline. I was like, all right, I guess I'll start running too. And like I started following them around. And it was really dark out. And I was like, dude, what the fuck do I do? Like I look at this fence. I'm like, all right, I just gotta jump over this fence. And I went to go jump over this fence. And as I jumped over, like I felt something just hit my head. And I was like, dude, what the fuck was that? Like, and like I was in so much pain. I felt my forehead, and I was like, dude. You know, like when like you like get hit by something, or like you just run into something, you just kind of like feel yourself, and like you think like you are bleeding, and it happened. I was looking down at the streets, and I was looking down the street, and the street lights are flashing down on the street, and there's like dripping blood everywhere. I'm like, where are all my friends at? And I look over at the fence, I'm like, dude, how the fuck did that happen? So I look over, and there's a metal awning that was above the fence. So I literally I tried to jump over the fence, and then ended up hitting the metal awning. And And eventually, like, kind of just walked around the fence. That was obviously the better decision at that time, but I wasn't really fucking thinking about that. So I ended up running towards my friends and like, they're like, dude, what happened? I'm like, dude, I'm gushing blood everywhere. And my one friend's like, all right, stay here. I'm going to CVS. We're going to get some butterfly Band-Aids and iodine. And I'm just like, what? Like, iodine, that shit really hurts. And they start pouring this stuff in my head. I'm like, I can't feel a fucking thing. Keep pouring it on. And they're like, dude, do you think you need to go to the hospital? And like, I ended up going home later that night. Like, I took my shirt off, had blood stains all over it, and I put it underneath my bed. And I woke up the next morning and I looked at my shirt and I'm like, oh my god, this fucking happened. And my mom's like, what happened to your fucking head? And I'm like, and she was like, we're taking you to the hospital. So we go to the hospital. I'm in the ER. This fucking guy's like just like washing my head out. He's like, dude, you're gonna need some stitches. And she's like scrubbing my head. I'm just like, dude, this hurts so fucking bad. And I'm like, ugh. He's like, what did you do? I was like, oh man. And like, he's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have done that. And I was like, well, dude, it's like farting in the shower. It seems like a good idea at first, but after like the first like 5 seconds, it's like, oh, why did I do that? And like moments later, he goes, actually, miraculously the wound has healed up, and you're not gonna need stitches. And I'm like, dude, you just like scrubbed the shit out of my scar, and like didn't have too many stories to tell about like when I was younger, but like it happened. That happened in high school, but like. I don't have any regrets. That was a fucking really fun night, and I'll never forget. These were why I lived the way I did. I made memories, and you guys just enjoy your youth. Thank you.